Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mey Careers. So I've been getting a lot of questions about the upcoming conference season. It is conference season for bankers, and I'm getting lots of questions about how do I prepare? What if I want to meet people I don't know? How do I reach out to strangers? How do I introduce myself? People are asking for networking tools. I've said it before, networking is a leadership trait. It is the strongest tool you have to create or strengthen your brand. Doing your job well, doing your job phenomenally well is not good enough anymore. You need people to know who you are. You need brand awareness. You need to know more people, and you can do that through networking. And conference season is the perfect time to practice or hone your networking skills. We're talking about you. We're talking about the brand of you, and networking is going to help. I promise. So today we're going to talk about conference season in the context of networking, raising that brand awareness. So whether you're at a conference or you just want some broader networking skills or tips, this is your all-in guide to understanding your objectives, getting ready to reach out, getting in and out of conversations, and then what happens next. I remember starting out in this business. I was so nervous about conference season. Initially, I had booth duty, so that was okay. I had a purpose. I had a place to be. But the general networking made me nervous. Once I stepped out of the booth, I didn't know which direction to turn, literally. Do I go right? Do I go left? That's a large group of people. I don't want to walk there. That makes me nervous. And then one day, I realized that everybody feels anxious about networking. Everybody feels anxious about stepping out of their booth. Everybody feels anxious about stepping out of their comfort zone. The comfort zone used to be the booth. So I encourage all of you to step outside the booth. Listen, these podcasts are new for me. This is really stepping out of my comfort zone, and it's terrifying. And I ask you to be patient with yourself as I am trying to be patient with myself on honing my own podcast skills. So do the same with your own networking. It will feel awkward. It will be awkward, but you will get there. And it is a skill. You can practice it, and it will get better. So let's talk about what's going on in the next month or two in banking. Lots of travel. I'm going to Sibos, I'm going to Eurofinance in Barcelona, and I'm going to AFP in San Diego. There's a little bit of fun in between, but it's a month away, and I'll be meeting a lot of new people. So where do I start? Well, it's with planning. Why am I there? What do I want to accomplish? What's important for me to call this a successful conference season? These might be your goals. Maybe you want to reconnect with colleagues and friends. Maybe you're looking for a new job. Maybe you're looking to hire. Maybe it's career development. You want promotion, exposure, or visibility. Are you looking for new clients or partnerships, as I am? Maybe you're just looking for competitive information. Whatever it is you are looking for, you need to work backwards. Once you figure out what the end state looks like, you then have to start planning for it. So here's an idea. Jot down 2 goals for conference season or for your own personal growth and ambitions. Write down what you want to accomplish and then start to prepare. Research. Look at the conference agenda. Who are the attendees? Who are the speakers? What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to meet? Let me tell you why I'm going. Why am I going to conference season? My priorities are business development and education. I'm looking for new clients, so I need to meet new people. I also want to stay up to date with what's going on in the industry. For me, a successful conference is meeting new prospective clients and learning something new about my industry. So let me just pause on education for a minute. If that's your priority, put those sessions in your calendar now. Block the time. I know it sounds simple, but lots of people forget. Have a look at who's speaking or attending. Decide who you want to meet. The apps and websites for most conferences these days is pretty robust. You can find everything you need in the app, and you can schedule accordingly. I am a big fan of attending sessions where I don't understand anything, where it's a topic that I don't have a clue about, but it sounds fascinating. I'm also a fan of going to conferences and attending sessions with people I want to know. No, it's not stalking, but it is targeted networking, and you've got to be organized and have a plan. And you need to be ready to talk to those people, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But one of the next useful tools I want to make sure I impress upon you is social media. Why don't you post and let people know that you're attending a conference? If you're a speaker, you should definitely be posting, but why don't you post and say that you are there to network, looking forward to meeting your colleagues? I'm telling you, if you Open yourself up to networking. It will happen. People will connect with you. You might be the person that they want to connect with. Posting announces that you're open to networking. I encourage you to do it. So let me tell you how I am approaching strangers. I'm telling people that I've always wanted to meet them or that I'm curious about their expertise and I want to ask their advice. By the way, people love to be asked for advice. It feels good. So I'm sending notes. I'm sending emails where I can. I am responding to other people's posts when they say that they are speaking or attending. I am asking for time. I am trying to network with people I don't know in the hopes that this opens up business development doors to me. So I am targeting people and suggesting having a coffee or meeting during a networking session. By the way, these conferences provide networking sessions. In other words, they are inviting you to network. They are inviting you to do what it is that you need to do. So I am encouraging you to suggest meeting people at these prearranged networking sessions. Meet people in breakouts, in between sessions, at coffee in the morning, at breakfast. Go where you think the people are that you want to meet, and then be ready to introduce yourself. So look, you need to prepare before you arrive at conferences or even for your own general networking, how you're going to introduce yourself. You need to tell people, right, your name. That's easy. Then tell people why you are there. Tell them you're there to meet others in the industry, to grow your network, to learn. You're looking for new clients. You're looking to hire, whatever it is. Speak clearly and with confidence. Make eye contact. Keep your body language open and smile. You cannot believe how much a smile helps in networking. So you should also be prepared to ask questions, interesting and relevant questions. Don't just ask people how they like the conference. Be more original than that. Ask them about the most controversial session they've heard. Ask them about which session had the strongest speakers. Ask them about the keynote speaker that you might have heard the day before. Ask someone how they're going to use that information when they go back to work. I'm a big fan of having 5 questions in my pocket that I can ask anybody that are anything other than, how are you enjoying the conference? Where are you from? Trust me, those questions just don't cut it. You need to be more creative and more memorable. And you know what? It's easier to come prepared with 5 questions than to think on your feet. I want to spend a minute talking about entering and exiting conversations. So you're at the conference. You're by yourself. It's a big room, lots of people talking. You don't know anyone. I encourage you not to run to the first person you see for shelter. I encourage you to look around for a few seconds. Look for people you think you want to meet. Be strategic and look for a friendly face. If you find a friendly face, go there and thank someone for their smile. So that actually reminds me of a situation where I went to a conference in London. I didn't know anyone. I was in a room of 200 bankers. I was new to being a recruiter. I was probably feeling a little insecure about my new role, my new career path. I entered this room of bankers and I really was a bit stage struck. I looked around thinking, who's going to talk to me? Who am I going to talk to? And someone looked up at me and smiled. Someone smiled and I thought, I'm going there. That's where I'm going. I walked up to that individual. I thanked them for their smile. I introduced myself, and that began a very productive relationship with a very senior vice chairman from a bank in the UK. He became an advisor when I went out on my own. All of that from a friendly smile and my willingness to approach. And I had 5 questions in my back pocket that I was ready to ask. It made me more interesting to the other person. So you can approach people individually if they're alone, or you can approach people in groups. It is intimidating to join a group, but again, step out of your comfort zone, try it. And really, what is the worst that can happen? Okay, so they ignore you, or the conversation just stops. We've all been there. You walk up to a group and everybody looks at you and nobody says anything. When that happens, do what I've done. I looked at everybody. I opened my eyes big and I said, really? Was it something I said? The group started laughing and that started the networking. I will say, if you see 2 people deeply engaged in conversation, don't approach them. Don't interrupt. Trust your judgment. They're probably having a confidential conversation. Equally, if you are huddled in safety with a buddy, you may look unapproachable. So look, if you're new to networking or nervous about it, start with an easy approach. Approach people in a coffee line. Approach people at lunch. Approach people at a networking session. Again, people are there for the same reason, to meet others. I promise you, you will find a great opportunity if you look for it. You can also, if people are wearing badges, you can ask questions about their badges. Maybe they are a speaker. Maybe they've been to the conference 20 times. They used to post that on badges and on the linears, showing who went to X number of conferences. I've had a lot of dots. I've been to a lot of conferences, and it's a great conversation starter. So just a sidestep here about networking. Why do you network? Again, to raise your brand, to raise your profile. Networking helps with promotion, with getting new jobs, with getting you out there, with getting you known. And while networking is about you, I am here to tell you that you need to make networking about the other person. Make them feel appreciated. You will achieve your networking goals if you offer something first, if you are open to making it about the other person. Put yourself in their shoes. Think about what someone else might be looking for. Ask people, why are you here? Who do you want to meet? Do I know anyone that you want to meet? Could I be of help to you in some way? Offer that. Start the dialogue, start the connection, start the relationship. So listen, you need to be genuine and warm. You need to figure out where your comfort zone is here, but I hope that these are some tools that will help. Again, ask people who they want to meet, and if you know that person, offer an introduction. You will be on your way to a meaningful relationship. That's networking. So reach out to strangers, introduce yourself, and please let me know how it works. Again, I would recommend and challenge everyone to get out of your comfort zone. Push the boundaries of who you are comfortable approaching. I promise you, you will reap rewards. And know that people feel the same way. They are just as nervous. So when you reach out to a stranger to introduce yourself, have some questions. Be ready to be memorable. Be ready to get engaged and make them feel good about having a conversation with you. So look for common ground. Find something you can connect on that'll make you more memorable. We meet dozens and dozens of people at these conferences, and you want to ensure that you stand out in a really good, positive way. Again, have your questions. Be ready to offer something in return. So how do you get out of a conversation? We've all been there. It doesn't matter what our motivation is, but we want to leave. You can do that with kindness and grace. And all you need to do is thank everyone for their time. Let them know that you came here to network and that you'd like to meet some other people. And you wish them a nice day or a nice evening. You're not going to offend anybody. Everybody else is there for the same reason. And I promise you, everyone in that group is looking around themselves and thinking, how do I get out? How do I leave this conversation? Most people are too nervous to do it. But it's easy once you take the anxiety away and just tell people that you need to step away. You'd love to continue the conversation, and maybe you could do that at another time. Get their card or scan their QR code. Tell people it's been great talking, but you're there to meet someone else and you need to excuse yourself. And then walk away. I'm telling you, people will admire how easy it is for you to leave a conversation. They will learn from you if you do this. So, how do I handle requests for my time when I don't want to give it? Lots of candidates at these conferences want my time. They want new jobs. They want to make sure they're on my radar. They want to know who's hiring. And I know a lot of these people. I've been at conferences for years, and a lot of these people are my friends. Of course, I want to help them, but I am not there for them. So I politely tell people that I'm at the conference for a reason, and that is business development, to generate new clients. Without that, I have nothing to talk to anybody about. I have no roles to discuss if I don't do my own business development. I look at people and say, I would love to spend more time with you, but I can't. Let's connect after the conference. And I leave it at that. And then, to be honest, I let them connect with me. I want to remind you, in this whole process of networking, I want to talk about the value of note-taking. So you're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to forget who's who. Take notes on the conversations that you have, especially the ones where you feel that you've made some traction. You have an opportunity to network with somebody that you really want to know. You can even ask people if it's okay to take notes while they're talking. Make notes of these memorable conversations and what was discussed, especially what you agreed to after. So for me, every time I have a conversation, when I leave and exit that conversation, I pull out my phone and I speak into my phone and I recite the notes in a voice recording. The date, who I met with, what we discussed, what I might want to follow up on, and the follow-up we agreed to. I promise you, networking without this follow-up is such a waste of your time and the other person's time. So Take notes, and you will refer to those notes. And I'm going to talk about that in our next session, which is all about the follow-up. Trust me, it's an advantage to taking notes. All in all, remember that the value of conferences increases with your preparation and with your engagement. Make the most of your time, enjoy yourself, step out of your comfort zone, and I hope to see you there. Remember, make a plan. Whether it's 2 people or 5 people, target some number of new people that you want to meet. Try some of these tools. Let me know how you're getting on. Email me back. I would love to hear the feedback. So thank you for joining me for this month's episode of Mey Careers. Let me know how conference season goes for you, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. I'd like to address your interests as well. If you have a topic you'd like to talk about, please get in touch at podcasts@meyerpartnership.com or on LinkedIn as Nicole Meyer. On Twitter, it's Nicole Meyer TMP. Or you can visit our website, which is meyerpartnership.com. If you have any questions, you'd like to book me as a speaker, please email us at podcasts@meyerpartnership.com. You can find episodes of Mey Careers on our website, as well as on Spotify, Apple Music, Audible, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Like, subscribe, and listen to advance your career.